Visit licensureexams.com and try our samples completely free of charge. Hello and welcome to our Licensure Exams podcast. I'm Stacy Frost.
And I'm Dr. Linton Hutchinson, and in today's episode of Theory to Therapy, we'll delve into contextual family therapy.
All right, now that we've covered some of contextual therapy's key concepts and techniques, let's get a little bit more concrete and examine how this approach might play out in a case.
Okie doke. Let's consider the case of Tracy and Clinton, a married couple in their
my favorites. Sorry.
Those guys, they're all over the place.
They are.
A married couple in their late 30s who come to therapy struggling with chronic conflict, emotional dissatisfaction in their relationship.
That's right. Tracy and Clinton, both high-powered attorneys, have been married for 15 years and they have 2 children. How does that math make sense? They're in their 30s and they have kids who are 12 and 9.
They're high achievers. What can I say?
That's true. They report that their relationship has been gradually deteriorating over the past several years, with increasing arguments, a lack of intimacy, and just a general sense of disconnection and resentment.
In the first few sessions, the contextual therapist takes a thorough family history and starts to explore the family's individual backgrounds and relational patterns. It becomes clear that both Tracy and Clinton come from families with significant legacies of entitlement and indebtedness.
That's right. Tracy, an only child, grew up in a family where her parents had a highly contentious on-again, off-again relationship. She often felt triangulated between them and took on a parentified role, trying to mediate her parents' conflicts. As a result, she has a deep sense of entitlement to be cared for and appreciated. Growing up, she lacked being cared for and appreciated, so now she feels entitled to receive those attributes in her relationships. She also feared abandonment, so to make sure that never occurs to her now, she overcompensates and tends to become overly responsible for others, making her invaluable.
Clinton, on the other hand, comes from a family where his father was married to his work and emotionally distant. His mother was a registered nurse, controlling and demanding his life to be clean, neat, and orderly. He learned early on to be self-sufficient and not to rely on others for emotional support. He had a strong sense of entitlement for his own autonomy and control, but unconsciously had a deep fear of vulnerability, resulting in a tendency to withdraw when feeling threatened.
Now, as you explore these legacy dynamics with the couple, it really becomes clear how they're playing out in Tracy and Clinton's current relationship. Tracy often feels like she's doing more than her fair share of emotional labor and household responsibilities. And she's really resenting Clinton for not being more emotive, attentive, and appreciative to all the stuff that she's doing. Clinton, in turn, feels smothered and controlled by Tracy's demands, and he copes by retreating into work and other distractions.
Using multi-directed partiality, you validate each partner's perspective and experience while also challenging them to consider how their actions impact the other and the relationship as a whole. You reframe their conflicts in terms of unspoken ledger between them, highlighting how each partner's sense of entitlement and fear of vulnerability is leading to a destructive cycle of criticism and withdrawal.
You then work with Tracy and Clinton to help them make more conscious, deliberate choices to invest in their relationship through small acts of care, appreciation, and vulnerability. Tracy is encouraged to express her needs and feelings directly without trying to control or manipulate Clinton. And Clinton is challenged to step out of his comfort zone and be there emotionally for Tracy, even when it feels foreign or uncomfortable.
As the couple starts to make small but consistent investments in their relationship, they begin to build up a new sense of goodwill and emotional safety. You also work with them to exonerate each other from past hurts and resentments, recognizing how their legacy dynamics have shaped their relational patterns.
And over time, Tracy and Clinton are able to break free from their entrenched cycle of conflict and disconnection and create a new, more equitable and caring relationship. They learn to communicate openly and honestly, to give and receive care and appreciation, and to work as a team in parenting their children and facing life's challenges.
Stacy, I'm getting the feeling about this is that one of the things that it releases both of the partners from is sense that it's their fault. These patterns that you developed are not your fault. They're generational in nature. It's something that has occurred in the past that you're
Mhm.
not responsible for the way that you're reacting.
Mhm.
Is
Yeah.
is that sort of the feeling that you're getting?
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good observation.
And then by releasing yourself from that responsibility of the patterns that you've had, you can let go of it and then start anew. That's sort of a
Mhm.
feeling I get.
Mhm.
By the end of therapy, Tracy and Clinton report feeling more connected, satisfied, and hopeful about their future together. They have a new understanding of their relational patterns and a set of tools to invest in their relationship and family life. Take a moment to reflect on how you might apply some of these principles and techniques in your own work with couples and families. When you're at the exam, imagine that the couple depicted in your case study are actually there in your office and you're there as their therapist. What legacy dynamics and entitlement issues do you see playing out in the case study? How might you use relational reframing or exoneration to help clients break free from destructive patterns and build more equitable, caring relationships? Put that in the back of the mind if you have any questions that deal with contextual family therapy in a question.
All right. Today we have certainly covered a lot, from defining key terms to exploring the main premise and techniques that are used with contextual family therapy.
That's right. So we discussed the importance of relational ethics, the concept of the ledger, and how techniques like multidimensional partiality, reframing, exoneration can help restore balance in any relationship.
And we also had some fun reviewing a case study and had you imagine that the couple was right in front of you in your office. Remember, the goal using contextual family therapy is to foster fairness and empathy within the family system.
Exactly. And don't forget to consider multi-general context of your client's issues, most important. Understanding the history will provide invaluable insights into their current dynamics.
And always strive for balance in your own life, your work, and as you're studying for your exam. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, remember, it's
It's in there.
well, I'll be dipped. This is so weird.